What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Opposites Attract podcast. I'm Shlex.
And I'm Southwest Bully,
the one and only.
baby.
And today we're going to be talking about partying. Like, we have spring break right around the corner if you haven't just ended it or you're about to start it. But we wanted to hop into partying, our experiences, the drugs, the traveling for it, whether you allow... I hate that word, but allow your partner to go on solo trips with their girls. What?
I don't know why you say allow, though.
But it's like allow, like some relationship you have to ask the other person. So we hop into that. I give a little embarrassing story of when I got detained as a result of partying. And yeah.
I tell you how boring my life is.
But he's going to start partying now, so we're going to hop right into the episode. So today we wanted to talk about March break, talk about partying. A lot of stuff we could dive into today because March break is just on the corner of spring break. And
when is it exactly? You can tell I don't party.
Yeah. Well, there's not much to do here. It's mostly like if you travel to like the States and stuff, like there's not much. People like leave for March break.
But when is March break?
It really depends. It's usually like, I think from my understanding, it's like mid-March.
Okay. And
everyone just like leaves.
Oh, shit.
Like flights are expensive.
I think this year I'll try to do something.
You're going to leave?
I should.
Where are you going to go?
I don't know.
Back to Miami?
Somewhere where people... Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
There we go.
Well, I want to go back to Miami in the summer, but like that's business. Like I want to go back and connect, go see the members I knew there, go see the people I know there, and like whatever, scope the scene, make sure my face is not forgotten. But I mean, like, I've been telling Kadeem and some of my boys, I'm like, yo, I've never traveled the world to actually just party. Yeah. Like resort type of like getting drunk.
Oh, I have.
Yes.
Let me tell you.
And I feel like it's a vibe. I'm like, and it's like, it's the first time I'm really single. So I'm like, yo, let's go. Single.
As if there's any other type of single.
You know, there's a single where it's like yo, we might get back together. Like, you know?
No, you're just single. Okay, single. Yeah, that I have just traveled to party. So I think my first trip, like, I mean, besides going, I used to go like when I was 17, 18, I would go to like Toronto, I'd go to raves. I was like, when I was in my like rager scene, but I've also, when I was 18, I flew to Ibiza by myself. I knew people there, but I was just like, Spain. Yeah. And it was like, in my mind, I was like, this is the top party place in the world. This is where I need to go. Oh, shit. So naturally, I booked myself a flight. I booked it for a weekend. Like, I just went for 4 days. So I flew Montreal to Toronto to Barcelona to Ibiza, stayed for like 2 or 3 nights, and then hopped on a flight back. But on my way back, I stopped in Toronto, went to a rave, and then came home. So I was... I don't want to say brain dead, but I was done at the end of this trip. Like, no sleep. I don't like the time change. Everything messed me up, but it was such a fun experience because when you do these things, you meet the coolest people. Because during these times of year, when everyone goes, when everyone has like a unified break, if you will, like everyone has a spring break. Granted, this all has to do with school in terms of timing, so we're a little bit past it, I would say. True.
But I feel like no.
You know what I mean? So it's like, anyway, we're just talking about this in terms of spring break because we wanted to jump into partying today, and I think it's an interesting topic. But it was I don't know where I was going with this.
But now you're talking about this, and I feel like it's a perfect opportunity for networking. Because you said, like, everybody has that same little break.
Everyone has a break.
Around the world.
This is the businessman mentality. I'm like, woo, let's go party.
Yeah, you're like, but I'm like, oh, maybe I should book something because I might meet a plug in, I don't know, LA that I can link up.
You should go to LA, but you were going to go do that anyway.
I want to do LA this year, too.
That'd be a good business.
But I feel like partying is like the great way. Like usually, like networking events are like 5 cassette. Yeah. So you're drinking. You're kind of it's kind of partying. Yeah. And then it ends up being like a networking and like opportunity or whatever. But you were saying that, and I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. But no, the thing is like I really do believe that when you do go to these places, you meet the coolest people because everyone is like congregating in specific areas. We'll say just in my mind right now, Miami. But everyone like comes together in these specific spots, so you just meet the coolest people. I'm in Ibiza with these people from Germany, and we can't speak one word of the same language, but somehow we managed to like get beer pong going, and no one knew what the hell anyone was talking about. But I was we had a counter, numbers are the same, I guess.
So you're basically saying partying, everybody got the same language.
Everyone got the same language, and it's just a vibe. You meet really cool people, and everyone's there for the most part to have a good time. That's why I used to love going to raves so much, because it's like everyone's there just to have fun. It's not like a bar where it's like, okay, there's gonna be a bar fight. I mean, I know for these festivals, a lot of people are on drugs, but no one's fighting at a festival, you know? Everyone's just having a good time.
Yeah, everybody's on MDMA, so they just want to kiss and love each other.
Yeah. But see, that was one of the things. So I went to, one of my girlfriends, when I was like 19, we went to Ultra Miami, and I was with my friend Olivia's older sister. For sure. And Olivia didn't want to come, but Ali wanted to come, and we went to Ultra together, and we had the time of our lives. And that was like another, just to go party, like that's it.
So what was the best party experience you've had?
I'm still a Miami girl, through and through,
Yeah, you've been like 150 times.
Yeah.
What's so special about Miami? Because I remember,
like, I love that it's a little, like, I've never been to LA, but like, I just know I'm like, I don't even know if they're comparable because I've never been, but in my mind, I'm like, okay, 2 hot destinations that a lot of people go to. They're like frequented a lot, if you will. But in my mind, I see LA, obviously there's downsides, but I see LA as very like glamorous and like working and da-da-da-da.
Oh, that's what I want to be there.
And then Miami, it's a little bit ratchet, and I love that. It's, you know, ratchet. Like I just see it. And again, I could be fully wrong about LA. I know exactly how Miami is. I've been a million times. And I go with my girls every time. Shout out Annabelle and Eve. But we literally always at the time of our lives, and it's just so much fun. And especially when you go to somewhere so often, you meet people, and like then you can go see them.
Yeah, then you know them. It's like, but the thing with Miami, it's funny you say it is ratchet. The best way to describe it is ratchet.
Yeah.
But
it's fun.
When I got there, I went there to work and start a new life. So I started.
You went for the reason. Like, I guess people do go to open businesses, but I'm like, where's the best place to party? I'm like, Miami. You're like, where's the best place to open a business?
To open a business,
Miami.
Fitness is booming.
There's so much money there too, so that ties into both of our reasons.
Yeah. So I kind of went there for like a little internship, but like the thing that everybody, all the Florida locals, whether it was in Hollywood, whether it was in like Miami, wherever it was, people would tell me, yo, don't get caught up in the party life. Yeah, exactly. It is dangerous. You will get sucked in. Yeah. You will lose everything. And I was like, what do you mean? And another thing people would say about Miami is that it's smoky mirrors. Yeah. That's what I heard.
But you realize that very quickly.
Yeah. That's what I heard all the time. And I was like, what do they mean smoky mirrors? I'm like, yo, this shit is lit. Like, I love it here. People say hi, this and that. And obviously, I'm not the biggest party animal. Even when I was...
Why is that obvious?
I don't know. Like, I work all the time.
Does he give off the party animal
I'm a dad. Like... I'm always in the gym, so I don't know. I mean,
do I give off party vibes? Yeah. But you know I'm not.
But
I'm not.
If you go on your page, like, you seem like a girl that likes to have travel. Like, you travel.
Travel, yeah. But even when Manny and I go, like, we literally just go. It's not for,
But I feel like someone that likes to party is someone that loves adventure. Right. And I'm not the most adventurous person.
Oh, I am.
I love adventure when there's like an end goal. Like, okay, I need to start a new life here, open a business, or just make a killing while I'm there. No. Or like my first trip was Lebanon.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I went for 3 days. So I traveled literally a day to be there for 3 days for business and came back. Then I went back the second year for a week. And then my third place I traveled to was I drove to Miami to start a new life. So I've never been the most like party or like I always go to places for the reason of like there's this end goal.
I'm the opposite. I'm like, I literally don't need anything. I'm like, but we talked about like this, me being a little bit delusional about like, because you're not skeptical, but yeah, I would say like a little bit to a certain degree, and you're just like, you're just not. I hate to use the word jaded for you, but you use it all the time for yourself, so I'll use it. He's like, I'm jaded. But when we talk about those things, it's like he is, I want to say guarded. A little bit more guarded, like, and it comes from your background.
I'm looking over my shoulder all the time.
Oh my god, I'm like delusionally optimistic. I'm like, everything's gonna be fine. Money's never gonna be an issue. But this is gonna be so much fun. I'm gonna meet the coolest people. Safety is not an issue. Like,
but that's the thing. Going back to my past life, it's like
I'm a Sagittarius.
I'm a Cancer. So going back to my past life, it's like, yo, when we used to go to the club, it was me and my squad, and it's like
I can't picture you at the club.
I'm a bouncer. I literally stand in the club like a bouncer. And the whole bully by nature, the pit bull, is because I was young and I was small and stocky. Like I'm 5'9". So I'm short and beefy. And it's like I'm just standing there just grilling, watching, like making sure back against the wall, making sure no one can run up on me and I see everything. Wow. So it's like this. And it's a trauma.
The purpose of going out. You're supposed to forget about problems.
Yes. But imagine you're in a city where you're going through wars with other neighborhoods, and this girl's man wants your head. So like you're not so I always had this like, yo, let me stay in my neighborhood. Let me stay in the trap. Yeah. Let me stay away from the clubs. And also, I was a bad drunk.
But you don't want to be seen either. Like,
yeah, but I was a horrible drunk too. That was one of the main reasons. If I get drunk, I blacked out every single time. Yeah. And the next day, I just have everyone telling me what I did wrong.
And then you just get anxiety. And then
I just don't want to do it no more.
Now, and then next weekend pulls up, and then you're like, oh, here we go again.
But now I'm good with my liquor, so I'm like, and I'm older, and I have kids, and I have so many things that could be on
shit to lose.
Yeah, shit to lose. That's on the line, and I'm like, nah, I'm not dumb like that. But now it's like, yo, I want to party. I want to see what's out there. I want to experience things. I want to go on that resort.
That seems so reversed, and I love that for you.
Yeah, I do. I have to.
Because you really do have to experience it. I know it's not like in everyone's nature. I'm not much of a party person anymore, despite working in nightlife, and that's probably why I feel like I'm not that party vibes, because I go to work and I just going out for dinner. Yeah, I go for dinner and hang out and those type of things, or if it's a special occasion. But like, I'm not like the way I used to be. I am clubbed out, and I will leave it at that. I am clubbed out. The buena days, the this, the that. I'm like, because I started at 16, like
but that's
16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. 10 years.
But like, I remember when it was Club Tribe, I think it was called.
I've never even heard of that. Don't age yourself.
There you go. Like,
don't age yourself.
I'm 30.
Where was that? Downtown?
Yeah, it was downtown.
Where?
I don't remember where. Like, I just remember we got in the car. I think we used to taxi flex. We wouldn't even pay for the taxi. Like, yo, let's go clubbing, bro. I got a fake taxi flex. Yeah. It's like you get a cab, but you don't pay for it. You just run out.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
That's
People
crazy.
Don't do that. You don't need to do that anymore. But like back in the days, like
I used to taxi flex.
I was 15 going to the club with a fake ID. So I feel like the party, like I love house parties.
Oh, same. Love.
House parties is my shit. And like when it was the house party era, yo, I was at
a house party is a vibe though, because oftentimes you know a lot of people that are there, so it's like a controlled environment. Whereas a club is complete strangers, and a lot of things at a club are out of your control. Whereas in a house party, it's like I can step out, the music's somewhere I can get away from. I know where I'm at. I'm usually close to my house. I know whose crib this is, like that type of thing. So it's a lot more controlled environment, and you can actually talk to people, which is so nice.
There you go. That's what I hate about the club too. It's like even if you try to talk to a girl, you just look like a weirdo.
Like screaming.
Yo, what's up? Look good. Like, nah.
She's like, what?
Weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like going back to you saying that you started when you were like 16, it's like the person that is a late bloomer with drugs. I feel like that's what I'm going through when it comes to like clubbing and wanting to go out.
Yeah. I think it's so cool though. Like, because now you're also in the age, like most clubs in Montreal now are really trying to like, everyone, I guess, kind of aims for a more like older crowd. Like no one's really aiming for the age. No. But like in terms of like going out age, like it's like the 18 to 20, like 18 to 20, I would say.
Yeah, I wouldn't go to ecole because I feel like that's what it is.
It's very young. But no, there's people who come. Like it's the thing about ecole that makes it so good is that it's very unique because there's few clubs in Montreal that still play hip hop and rap music.
Okay, yeah.
Most places right now it's like a lot of house, so it's really cool that you can come there, and also, if whatever your intention is, like we've had clients come that my girls and I met a little while ago at, we went for brunch, and they were talking to them and whatever, and they ended up pulling up afterwards, these guys, they had a full group of, it was like a dozen of them, of men and women, and they were from out of town. And they're like, we just prefaced, they were like, okay, well, if you're trying to mingle with other people, it might not be the club for you because it's quite young. But if you're with your squad, like your group, and you're like, that's all you need, the music's a vibe, the service is great, and the venue's sick. So it's a really good vibe if you're not trying to like, oh, let me go try and hit someone up this weekend. Like it's not, if you're older, then it's not the club.
People actually do that, like at clubs.
Try and like talk to people.
I feel like that's not a place where I would.
Well, it's trying to like, it's like hookup. It's like hookup culture.
Okay.
It's not like you're gonna.
It actually works.
I was about to say you wouldn't find your wife in.
But it actually works.
And then Maddie met me there.
Yeah, but see.
So like maybe don't take my word for it like
that.
But
you work there. That's different. Yeah. Like you're not.
And also I'm older too. But all that to say, it really is that younger crowd. But like I love that you want to start going out and like experience that, because I think it is important. Again, you do meet really cool people. It is a great networking opportunity, and I feel like everyone just needs to experience it once in their life. Like, especially now you have a good head on your shoulders. You wouldn't like fall down any like of the bad.
My business, my kids, like.
But maybe we can get into that, like not like the dangers of it. We're not trying to preach anything, but we can get into like. I mean, you've seen it firsthand if you were a drug dealer back in the day, like that culture with it, and like I don't know what people are doing nowadays. Like
I just feel like now in the clubs, it's like, well, the younger crowd, like it's so easy to get a strap now.
Did you ever do drugs?
Yeah,
or you just
I was an ecstasy guy.
Okay.
I was a weed and
I was an ecstasy
guy. Yeah. Like I remember I had a shorty back in the days. I used to live in Verdun, and the only way she knew she can spend the night with me, because I was really like
jaded, guarded.
Yeah. I was still that jaded little guy, but so I wouldn't let women come into my life, and the only way she knew she could get to me, and that's how it sounds really bad and really druggy, but she needed to get me ecstasy, or else she couldn't spend the night.
Oh my God, and she did.
Yeah, she did every time. Every time.
But I don't even know people. Everyone's just vaping now. I don't know if people do.
Yeah, the vaping. I was smoking a lot of weed.
The same type of drugs.
But yeah, nothing else. I did mushrooms once, and I hated it. It was the worst experience.
I've never done that before.
And I was messed up for like a week after.
Weed. I've never even smoked weed before. Well, that's a lie. I've smoked weed maybe twice just to try it. I hated every second of it.
Really?
It's horrible. But
weed is my kryptonite. Like that's my thing.
But you don't even smoke right now.
I don't smoke. No, I don't smoke anymore. And I feel like just because of my lifestyle and the goals that I want, smoking just steals your mind. And just I don't care what nobody tells me. It's like it's horrible for you. Yeah. But if I get to a certain point in my life, like for sure I would go back. Like millionaire, like investment rolling. I don't have to lift a finger. I'm smoking blunts all day. But I was an ecstasy guy, and like it was just house parties, ecstasy. But no.
It's just crazy though. Like even like talking about like just going into the like the partying scene. If we're talking about March break, but it's just crazy also because you're bringing up money, is the amount that people spend. Like it's wild.
Yeah. Like,
especially like to have a good time. It's like,
but when I hear you talking about the tables that people are booking, and like they're spending like 3 racks, 4 racks, 5 racks
10,
for a table,
11,
for a table,
12,
for what? And the alcohol, I always found it funny how you're in the club and the same bottle at the SAQ is like $20, $40, $50, but in the club it's 300, 400, 500. And I get it, it's after hours.
Yeah, but no, it's just because you're paying for the experience. You're paying for the service. Like, it's like, would you want to pop a bottle of champagne at your, I mean, some people would. I know, but you see, you're different. But people go out to be seen. People go out for the loud music. People go out for the lights, the vibes, the environment. Like, that's what people go out. That's what you're paying for, the cloud. That's why the sparklers, that's why the show is a thing. And it's also just, even people who ask, I don't want a show, but they like to be out with their friends, even if they're just chilling at the bar. Like, it's still a vibe. Like, it's still fun.
It makes me realize how hood I am, because as you're saying this, I'm like, I'm the Henny.
I literally bring up. I'm like tequila and champagne. You're like a Henny.
Nice hot summer evening where the sun's setting down and we're on the porch. I got my long socks and my Nike flip flops, wife beater, and like, just we're chilling. Kicking, and that's the vibe.
Yeah,
barbecue's cooking.
I love that vibe though.
There's music and we're just cracking jokes, and like, I've always been that guy. Like, if you're gonna ask me, like, what'd you do this weekend? Like, oh, yo, I think we're just gonna kick it by the porch and just
that's
chill.
a vibe though. Like a little pool party, a house party, a barbecue.
Or like the backyard party.
Ideal. A backyard party.
And
such
it's like
a vibe.
with people, like, you're cool. I still consider that as a party. It's just micro. And it's not like, I don't know, the risk of being in a club, I'm like, let's say you're in a relationship, I think that's a huge risk.
Of going to a club?
Yes.
Yeah,
going back
but
to our
if you
first episode of like cheating is an accident, I'm like, it's the perfect.
I had so many people message me about that. That's like, what do you mean cheating is an accident? I was like, tap
up.
in.
Yeah, stir up the pie.
No, but I know what you mean. But like, I always say it really depends on the person, because I don't, like, personally, I know myself. Even if my boyfriend goes out, I'm like, have fun. Yeah. Even if there's girls at the table, I from the bottom of my heart, I don't care. But I think that's my personality coupled with his. I know how loyal he is. So it's just, it works for us. But like, some people who are perhaps maybe a little bit more insecure in the relationship or different things like that. Like, I mean, we're going back into spring break or like partying in general, but like letting your partner like either go to the club or even go on a trip, like a girl's trip. Like, are you letting her go to Miami on March break? I hate to use that word because I'm like, I'm gonna do what I want.
Free. Yeah, you're free to do whatever, but are we still gonna be in a good place if you want to go to Miami on March break? I don't think so.
Really?
Yo, you're going to Miami on March break? The thing is that, and it makes me seem so insecure and as if I have trust issues, but it's not. Look, listen, let's talk about weed and let's talk about alcohol. 2 elements that are essential for most parties. A lot of people could party sober.
I would say couple drugs just into weed.
Yeah.
So drugs and alcohol.
Drugs and alcohol. Okay, so drugs and alcohol, which is like the essential of a party. You talk about the party culture, you got to talk about drugs.
Music, drugs, alcohol.
Music, drugs, alcohol, sex. Yeah. Okay? So now, and this is what I'm trying to get to, you're telling me you're going on a trip or whatever, or just in general, you're going to the club. I don't care how loyal you are, how in love you are. Substance takes you away from who you truly are.
Or does it show who you truly are?
Or it shows who you truly are. But at the end of the day,
okay, but that's a dichotomy. Which one do you think it is? You think it's you think it shows who you actually are, or you think it pulls you away from who you are? Because then now we're saying two different things. It can't be.
I think it shows who you are.
It shows who you are. So the way you act when you're drunk is who you are. It just takes away any of your inhibition.
But like, I feel like there's no filter.
It takes away all inhibitions.
100%.
It takes away all filters. That's how you feel. Okay.
100%. And that's the thing, and that's what scares me. So me being someone, and maybe it's from my personal experience, because when I would black out, I'd do stupid things.
And you're like, that wasn't me, or that was you. Yeah, see?
It was me, because when I would black out, I'd get very angry. And I am someone that I dealt with anger management, and I do have a short fuse. Like, don't fuck with me. Everybody knows that. Like, Jay is someone that you got to be careful what you say, right? Because I'll react, and I've always had to,
You're working on it.
Yeah, no, I'm great now. Kadeem always vouched for me. He's like, yo, you changed so much, bro. And I feel it.
I see it too.
You know what I mean? So, but that's why. And that's the main thing. It's like, I would trust my girl to go anywhere, or my friend to go anywhere. But at the same time, I'm like, hey, alcohol will take your soul somewhere else. Weed is the only thing.
You just said,
Weed is the only thing. Weed is the only thing. Yeah.
But you said it shows who you truly are. So if you know your girl's loyal. So if you know your girl's
how do I really know if my girl's loyal?
You would know. I literally, from the bottom of my heart, I know for a fact that Medi's loyal. I know it. I don't care about alcohol. I know.
Yeah, because action speaks louder than words. And I can say the same thing. I cannot even picture Medi doing anything.
Yeah.
But the thing is that, I don't know, people are good at being on their best behavior. I feel like if you're on your best behavior, like, how can I really tell what's your next move? Right. You can't tell nobody's next move.
That's your jaded, that's your guards.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't. It's just facts. You can't tell somebody's next move.
No, okay, that, man.
You don't know what I'm going to do right now.
Yeah, because.
You have no idea.
No, but your partner.
You didn't know I was going to do that. You know what I mean? There you go. Skeptical. There you go. I fucked up your life right there.
No, I swear.
You didn't know I was going to do that.
But that's because it's not. You don't have that intimate relationship. Like, your partner, I feel like you know them well enough, or you should know them well enough, hence the reason you're with them. And if you don't have that trust or that loyalty or that bond, then you shouldn't be with that person. But I truly feel like I have that with Medi. I know I have that with Medi. And that's why I'm like, if you want to do your thing, go to Miami. And like, I hate to use the word permission or allow or let's, because I'm just like, I'm just going to go, like I talk about, I'm like, I'm going to go to Miami. Is that okay? Like, we had this also conversation a little bit before we started dating. Before we started dating.
How do you feel about it?
Yeah, but it's the same thing if I was going to Virginia. I would be like, hey, I'm going to go to Virginia. Like, do you mind? Like, is it okay? Like, what's up? I'm just like telling you / asking. Like, we have that type of relationship. And same thing, like, if he wants to go to Mexico with his boys, like, have the best time of your life. FaceTime me to let me know you're safe. Let me know where you're at, and that's it. So and his friends are amazing too. So
the thing is that yes, I sound jaded and everything, but every girl I've been with, besides my childhood sweetheart, her I was scared to lose her. So it's like, yo, why are you going to the shisha? Why are you doing this? But then after that, I was so.
Did she ever cheat on you? You cheated on her.
I cheated on her.
Switch.
No, but exactly. And people usually are insecure in relationships because
they know what they're gonna do.
Yeah, they know how easy it was. And 100%. I was insecure in that relationship because of what I did. But going back to the whole partying and everything, after that relationship, I've learned so much from that relationship, and it made me a better man. Which sometimes, and I'll say it again, I wish I was a better man with her. I wish I would have learned from somebody else. But anyways, every girl that I had that would go party, whatever, I would always be like, yo, go. I had girls that were so insecure how they looked. I'm like, yo, wear some cleavage. Show some skin. Okay. Like, be sexy. I give people the benefit of the doubt. Yeah. Until one little detail shows me that, once again, going back to the first episode, there's a pattern. So when it would come to partying, I'd be like, yeah, go. Then after, you're not answering your phone, this, that. And then one day you get a message and I see somebody from that party is messaging you. Oh, you were in my dream. No.
Oh.
It happened to me.
I was going to say, that was such a specific example. I knew that happened.
And I was like, yo, so what really happened at that party? Yeah. You know what I mean? So I just feel like parties are amazing, but there's a lot of risk when it comes to the substance you're going to use and what's going to happen, the true colors that come out, or I guess some people are going to say that, like, yeah, no, you become somebody else.
Okay.
Because I think I'm 50-50
I could tell. Yeah. I was like, because we keep going back and forth a little bit.
I'm 50-50 on that because a lot of times it's like
goes
my
back
true
to
colors came out, like somebody I don't like is there, and then I get drunk, and then I'm down to go tell them how I feel about them and get into a fight. Or, like...
But that goes back to you being angry anyway. Like, no, I know you're better at, like, handling it, but, like, the way that you are... Like you said, like...
But I've done some dumb shit that's not me. Your true colors come out when you're partying, you get drunk or you get high. And also, shit, that wasn't me. I don't know what... Like, I took too much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, I remember one time, and this is a funny story. I can't believe I'm exposing myself right now. But it's literally... So, when I was... This was, I think, my worst one was when I was at university in Nova Scotia. Yeah. And I was... Don't know what happened. How I got so... drunk on a Tuesday at a Budweiser event that I ended up going to someone's house. This guy that I was I don't want to bring this up. No, I'm not going into this.
Why would you do that?
I'll tell you later. No, I'm not going into this.
Oh my God.
Okay, but anyway, I made a mistake.
You're horrible. Wow, you're horrible.
So I was in Nova Scotia and I got so drunk. All these things happened, and then I ended up at the police station for kicking and trying to like resist arrest because someone called the ambulance on me. But in my mind, I knew, because this happened to one of my friends at the time, that she was in an ambulance like a few weeks prior, and she got mailed a bill of like $1,600, $1,700, $1,800.
Like, I'm paying that shit.
So in my mind, I'm like, there is no way that is getting to my house. So in my drunken state, I was like, I'm not getting in that ambulance. So then they called the cops. The ambulance people called the cops. I'm resisting arrest. Like, they were just trying to like help me. Then I'm like swinging. I'm like trying to get away from this situation. But who do you think I'm on FaceTime with this whole time?
Your dad.
With my dad. So I'm literally on FaceTime with my dad. They bring me to the police station. I had to spend the night there. My hair was done up. They took off all my jewelry. I wake up in the cell, this metal cell. I've never told you this.
Shit, she was locked up.
I was locked up. I was in the cell.
So weird you're a G like that.
I was in the cell. No, this is so lame. I wish this never happened. I was in the cell. They had like the pads that we have at the gym that you stretch on. That was all I had, and the metal toilet. And I was in there by myself. Yeah. And I woke up and I'm bawling. I'm hysterical. My hair is taken out. My shoes are gone. I have no jewelry on. Wow. My purse is gone. I don't even know what day it is. So I'm sitting there. I'm crying my eyes out. Like, let me out. Like, literally in a movie, the most dramatic thing you've ever seen.
Over on top of
let me out. Like, what day is it? Just tell me what time it is. I can't see outdoors. I don't know if it's nighttime, daytime.
Yeah, that's
jail. If 3 days had
That's being locked up. You don't know what's
We
going
could get
on.
into that another episode with you. I want to hear all about jail. As if I'm excited about it. I want to hear about jail. But yeah, anyway, so all that to say is that because I was on FaceTime with my dad the whole time, my dad ended up calling the police station. And he's like, let her out. She's no threat. Like, get her the hell out of there. And I remember he told me, he was like, the man on the other end, because it's the RCMP there. So my dad, no. And then my dad, the gentleman on the other end was like, sir, are you like in Nova Scotia? And my dad's like, if I was in Nova Scotia, I would be standing on your desk right now, like making you get her the hell out. My dad's like, I will deal with you later. This comes back to partying mistakes. My dad's like, I will deal with you later, but let her out. Like, you're still in trouble, Alexa. Like, even though I'm like, whatever, I was like 20, 21. And he's like, yeah, you just need to get out of there. And I was like, thank you, Dad.
You got out?
Like, well, eventually, yeah. And then I remember I literally just needed some normalcy in my day. I picked up my little purse. I was wearing a sheer black top, and I walked my butt straight to class. Wow. I'm trotting into class. This sheer shirt, my hair is out to here. I probably smelled like...
What is a sheer shirt? What do you mean?
Like that see-through shirts. Remember those see-through shirts, like with a bralette underneath? Yeah. But those see-through shirts that everyone used to wear? Oh my God, my hair was in braids the night before. Wow. So it was like out to here. It was so ratchet. And then I walked myself to class, and I had no bag. I just had a purse. I'm like... clacking into class with my little booted heels.
The walk of shame.
Horrible. And then I just had to sit down. I was like, if I go home right now, I will have the most anxiety I have ever had in my life. I need to go to class right now and continue as if nothing just happened, as if I didn't just get out of the slammer.
I would just want to go home and lock myself up. Like,
no, I would just go through so many things. I'm like,
weird
oh
way
my
of
God,
dealing with shit.
I'm like, go to class. And then I'm like answering a lot of questions. I was like, I had no paper. My friends are like, are you good? I'm like answering questions. I'm like sheer shirt. My hair looks crazy. I probably had stuff in my hair.
Wow, the guilt trip right there.
Yeah, Mr. Stefan Litz. I remember him. It was in HR management. Wow.
So guys, don't fucking party. You see? This
no, party. Enjoy it, experience things. I've got funny stories now, so.
It's true. It's like the legendary stories that I don't have.
Traveling. Yeah, exactly. I can look back. I have so many funny stories, like things that I'm really ashamed of, that I'm embarrassed of, but like I'm past it now, and it's good. But honestly, like I say, do the traveling for the parties, do the traveling for anything, but like enjoy your spring break.
So like I do have the stories, but they're just gonna come back in the next episode. As I start partying now and I remember them.
Oh my God, you're gonna
have
start?
some juice.
Yeah, he's gonna pull up to a coast
100%.
100%.
Yeah, I have to.
Okay.
That's what I'm telling you. Get me in the event. Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
There you go.
All right. Thank you for tuning in.
100%.
I'm restarting that. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. We're going to hop into the next episode in 2 weeks. We do bi-weekly episodes.
Yes.
So let us know what you want us to talk about in the Instagram comments of our reels, in the YouTube video, and on Spotify. Rate us, do all the good stuff.
Yo, it's so dope. Sorry to cut you. On Spotify, you can ask questions on every episode. There's like this new
do that.
Anyways, check it out. This is
Tell
the
us what
opposite
you want to
attract.
listen to.
Why do you always do this?
This is the Opposites Attract podcast.
We need to find an outro, but this is the Opposite Attract podcast. I am Southwest Bully, the one and only.
I'm Shlex.
We out.
Peace.